My journey on my F125 driver career mode starts today. We'll be driving at Williams, but just to note, I will be a part of the Mercedes Junior Academy loosely as well. Now, teammate wise, you guys voted for Albon to be my new teammate in this career mode. Also, just quickly showing you some of the settings. Difficulty will need to go up a little bit as well, which I'll change as well. Driver moves. There was talk about, oh yeah, now there's going to be a slider as well. And there's nothing in this driver career mode. I don't know if that's just my team or not. Yes, I do need to change a few things. I've only gone for official drivers only. I'm going to create a custom driver because you can't do this in my team. And they have actually updated the faces for the first time in about 100 years. So that person that we were with last year has finally left the game. Helmets. Interestingly, there's these sponsors on the helmet now. So that is very interesting.
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff, merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you. Okay, here we are. It's contract time. The team are expecting you to improve as your career evolves. And so am I. Here, we will be setting you a contractual target with the team, so that this progress can be tracked by both parties.
So lots of this, as expected, is unchanged from last year, but note the cutscenes change. We're not in a villa, we're on a boat now at Monaco. I mean, yes. I'm not really expecting too much. Recommended 69, I think we could probably go a bit higher than that, but I went with recommended 69 anyway, too. But yeah, here's the same apartment that we had as well. R&D confirmation, it's the same as driver career mode last year. There's none of that. They're putting the parts onto either Albon or myself's car. For my team, it is just the same as well, just with potentially an overhaul graphics thing as well. So yes, we have 400 resource points to spend. Albon's already purchased weight reduction as well, which is good. Tyre wear is going to be a bit of an issue. I'll get to that as well. I'm thinking about engine power. I know front downforce also is a bit crucial. Front and rear downforce there, because that's going to lock the aero side of things. However, I think that I'd like to purchase the front and rear downforce together. So we're going to go for a minor engine power upgrade too. The pink bar on the right is a little bit bugged anyway. We're not gaining that much from a minor engine power. It's time now for the grid reveal for Season 1. That's just how that clip has been reworked. Of course, something I didn't realise, F124 didn't notice apparently, all the drivers are the same height on F125. So yes, that's just something to think about as well. But we then of course come to our terminal. This is all the same as it was, just a nice little bit of cutscene there. We're going to jump straight to qualifying. as well. I will show you the R&D index in the next episode, but yes, you saw a little bit of R&D there. We've got things to improve. We're still there or thereabouts, about the 5th fastest car on the grid as well. But qualifying here, you can see the sponsors there, by the way. They're just none of the team sponsors are on there, but obviously it's the first time I've actually had sponsors on a custom helmet in an F1 career mode as well. I'm thinking about in later seasons potentially having a look and see if I can mod some sponsors onto there, so stay tuned for that as well. We're moving to as I say, this is my fast lap at the end of the session. First lap was P15, so I mean a little bit better. You know, this Williams is a much better car, of course, this season than it was back in when I drove it on F1 24. So 3/10 up on the previous best time. Of course, first round here in Australia, unlike on F1 24, where I believe we started off in Bahrain, if I remember correctly. As well, I always hate turns 9 and 10, but the curb has been reprofiled there, of course. This is one of the new, it's been rescanned, although what I have found is some of the corners, the corner layout's pretty much unchanged, unlike Silverstone, where there's a few corners changed. It's the barriers that are the big issue as well. They are a lot closer than they were in previous years. Up to the line then, using what I've got left of the battery, half a second improvement. Lovely stuff. And where's that going to be? P7. So that was on 90 AI. My teammate's 2/10 behind. Now, this is of course dependent on the AI being slower in the race than they are in qualifying. So I'm going to up the AI to 92 for the race, and we'll see how I get on. L1 P13, I suspect him to be a bit closer, but the gaps between the top 7 and then after that, you know, from me downwards are close. You know, there's a couple of tenths here or there. So yes, well, we'll see what we can do from 7th place on the grid. It's time for the race for the Australian Grand Prix.
It's the start of a brand new campaign, and so many questions need answers. Can McLaren keep their strong form going? Will Ferrari thrive? Will we see Red Bull taking back their crown? It's Albert Park Circuit, 3.2 miles of bumpy city streets. We have changed the turns at 1, 3, 6 and 13. They have all been widened. We've got rid of the chicane at 9 and 10. That is now a flat-out right-hander. It's a new look that made its debut in 2022, new life into an old classic. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Russell, Phoenix, Tsunoda, Ocon, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Lawson, Gasly, Alex Albon and Behrman, Alonso, Hulkenberg, Lance Stroll and Isaac Hadjar, Bortoletto and Jack Doohan. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Well, you're very welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, an authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome to Naomi Schiff. Well, welcome back. After all the testing, the build-up, it all now comes down to this.
This is always such an exciting time in the season. First of all, it's the first time they'll be racing their new cars. So that's always an exciting thing for drivers to look forward to. But also, they've had a long time off during the winter break. So it's about dusting the cobwebs off, getting the rust off of their bones, and really getting their elbows out there and having some fun.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
It's a first race, Mark, but there we go. Race strategy is a bit interesting. So default suggesting hard, medium. I think I need to see what the tyre wear is. I'd love to do medium soft, but I think the tyre wear is just going to be too harsh. Yes, I think that medium hard will probably be the strategy that I do go for as well. I'm going to lower the fuel limit there too. We don't need that much fuel in the car. as well. Fuel efficiency is one upgrade that I probably definitely don't need to do. Probably does mean that, you know, for start mediums it does give us options, especially if there's an earlier safety car too. So yes, with that ready, let's get ready for the first 5 red lights off this career mode, and away we go. And it's a fantastic start. Look at that, they're going to part the ways. Beautiful start, up to P3. Wow. I don't think I had a good start as that at all in the entirety of F124 as well. My teammate, he's on hard tyres and he hasn't quite had such a good start. He's down to P15 after starting 13th. As well as we're watching the two McLarens then, they're both on hard tyres, so yeah, it's a bit interesting there. They both go synchronised sliding there too, so sliding already is a notice that the tyre wear is a bit more harsh. Well, I find it anyway. It's harsh on this year's game compared to previous years, as Norris goes round the outside there of his teammate Piastri to upset the locals as well, and that is Leclerc round the outside of Hamilton. Not really seen much from the two Ferraris. They are a bit more powerful than what I've heard in game than they are in real life. So I've got Max Verstappen, the company. The McLarens have disappeared, and Max the last we'll be seeing of them as well. Yes, as that is Hamilton. He's going to go have a go back at Leclerc, but going side by side through turn 1 isn't very good as well. And that's Hadjar. He slid into the pit lane. What on earth? And he's gonna have to make a pit stop because obviously the game's reset him. So he's just a bit too much ego on the power there in the final corner, and then just slid into the pit lane. The game then reset him into the pits, and then obviously, yeah, he might have to 2-stop now because obviously, depending on how many sets of halves he's got as well. And that's Verstappen again. I'm just keeping to the racing line here. That's the bet exit. That's where the AI are most potent as a threat to overtakes here. You know, I'd love to get a podium in my first race. I think Lewis Hamilton was the last driver to get a podium in his first race, and Verstappen is having to go round the outside here into this corner. But I'm not ready yet to give that position up. Here's a replay then off corner. Verstappen taking all the road. I'll give him space on the outside. Fair racing there, but then I just open the steering to force him out. As well, Verstappen again trying to do what Hamilton did, but failing to do so, just like Lewis did. But he's gone past now lap 6 with DRS, and to be honest, my fight's not really with Verstappen. It was only because we had a good start as well. And now we've got Russell and the two Ferraris, and look at the rear left, 33%. That is awful. So yes. Well, Russell's going to go past here. I mean, why not? Leclerc's going to go past, and I think we were scheduled to come in lap 9. I think we're going to make an early pit stop. The tyre wear is horrific. I didn't want to be a double overtake here, but I just want to lose as least amount of time here as possible. As well, although saying that, I'm going to defend from Hamilton at this time. 38% on the rear left. Compare that to 11% on the front right. Yes, the tyre wear on this game is a problem for the player as well, and I think it's more of a problem for the player than it is for the AI, in my personal opinion as well. Here is that pit stop at the end of lap 8. Hopefully we don't have anything. Apparently the ejected glitch to stay in front of Russell, it postponed itself. It should have been failed, but there we go. Please, yes, Gary, thank you very much. That's a clean stop, 2.4 seconds, that's the best you can get in the F1 game, not like the 2-second pit stops you get from Ferrari these days. Pit exit's narrower than it had in previous years too here in Melbourne as well. You can see that Lawson is also pitted as well, so Lawson is also doing the 2-stop along with his teammate who was forced onto it after his early Spinala, and Bortoletto round the outside of Hadjar there as well to complete his move. As I'm going to try and have a look at George Russell, who's just come out of the pits on lap number 10. Can't quite get the move here. Don't have enough battery really. ERS probably be another area to target. So send it here. Will Russell give me the room? Yes, he will. And it's a lovely move up to P13 as well. Here's a replay out there. He's going to send it down the inside here. Russell eventually yielded the position. A little bit of the tail kicked at there by the looks of the exterior shot there. It's not going to matter too much because, well, Russell's going to blast past anyway. Yeah, ERS is definitely crucial in defence, I think, personally speaking. But there's Leclerc. He's come out on the medium pit stop. Pits from the on the medium tyres. But look at the traction he's got out that corner. He's got DRS 2 somehow as well. But now I've saved enough battery, I'm going to use DRS, ERS, round the outside here, under braking, set a purple middle sector, that back up to P9. There's a few cars still yet to make their first stop that start on the hard tyres. Here's a replay, a lovely little textbook manoeuvre. Leclerc yields the position too, and there is Hamilton as well. Leclerc again not really having any success down the inside. What happened to Hamilton here on the pit lane exit? He's got Antonelli who's driven into him. The young Italian on his debut in the Mercedes has had a calamity there, and he'll have to make another pit stop because that is going to be pain for Antonelli to try and continue there as well. You saw Leclerc trying to make a pass there briefly, not able to do so. Albon is stuck behind the two Astons and Hulkenberg because that's Bortoletto. I don't think he made his final stop there, still not able to get past Albon. Antonelli, interestingly, he's got onto the soft tyres with 7 laps left of this Grand Prix. It's not something I think is possible for the player in F125. Maybe I think that the AI have less tyre wear, personally speaking. As Leclerc has gone past with DRS, so trying to hang around the outside and off the circuits. Was there contact there? We're going to need a replay. First, we need to keep in front of Esteban Ocon. That is crucial for my race. The gap tightened. I don't think there was contact there. That might just be a me issue here. We'll get on board with Sonoda here. If there was, it was the lightest of taps. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Who is at fault? Back to Albon. He's still behind the two Astons and Hulkenberg. Although saying that, Stroll has had an engine failure, and Albon overtook Alonso under yellow flags and got away with it, as Ocon is having a go. Not able to get there as well. Because I'm not in the way anymore, interestingly, Russell's gone backwards. He's been overtaken by Leclerc, and he's about to be overtaken by his old teammate Lewis Hamilton as well, who's got DRS down the straight there. So Russell's been overtaken by Sonoda too, they're still battling. Ocon has gone past. Can I get him there? No. So I'm down to P9. It's all falling apart now, as well as my team, as Albon is finally woken up. Those medium tyres start to work a little bit better for him. He's going round the outside of Nico Hulkenberg in the Slauber car, and he should be up. He's up to P11 now, but it's a little bit too little, too late for Albon. He's 4 seconds behind our little train for him to get any points in this race. I now need to try and get past Esteban Ocon here as soon as possible, using all the battery, DRS as well, down the inside here. Ocon gives me the room, fair play. It's a textbook manoeuvre at that corner. Here's a replay of this move. Move to the inside here. As well does Ocon. I think he knows he can't get the traction there. And we're up to P8, but this isn't over yet. Round the outside to defend there. Look at the tyre wear. Again, rear left, 31%. Been on these tyres 10 laps, 37% by the time we move to the final lap here. Albon has actually caught us up as well. So on the final lap, there's a bit of tyre banter between himself and Ocon. Ocon's not able to go past. So yes, it is going to be points on debut, which is good, but it could have been so much better. I don't think it would have been a podium because Verstappen was too quick. But I think we could have held on in front of the Ferraris. They didn't look that great when they were behind me. It was only when Leclerc had that manoeuvre. If I'd been able to hang it around the outside of that corner, and that is a big if, then I think that, you know, I could have held on for a few more laps potentially, try and keep Tsunoda and Hamilton at bay, and, you know, maybe even use Leclerc to catch up to Russell there, because Russell only finished a few seconds up the road. I was actually catching Russell at the end there. In terms of the locals, I mean, the curse of Australia continues, and Piastri doesn't win. 10 seconds in the end there too. Norris there, comfortable victory for him as well. Antonelli did actually recover to P17 in front of Hadjar, who one-stopped actually after Espinala. That was very interesting. In terms of the drivers, with P8 as they were, as the race was standings, P5 in the constructors. That is something I think that is achievable for sure. I think Mercedes will gain points once Antonelli stops crashing into Hamilton as well. McLaren look to be way out in front, but obviously we need to gain more points. We need to get Albon in the points too. He did look rapid at the end on the mediums, so hopefully in Suzuka he'll look a little bit better, because it's a good it's not a good track for me here. A good round of points experience ratings gain there, whatever you want to call them, up to 66 already. 45-55 is a split 2, which, yeah, I think Albon needs to be more than 83 rated. Yeah, definitely needs a rating increase there for sure as well. We gained something on the manufacturing expert on specialist too. Not that I really care about them, because they're the same as F124 by the looks of them. But yes, that's the first race of this career mode done. Now, there's been a slight change of plan. Japan is not coming Saturday. Something's come up, so I'm not going to have time to record and edit and get that episode ready. So instead, Japan and Bahrain. Japan will be coming on Monday, and then Bahrain will be coming a week tomorrow, Friday, to be the 2 videos next week. Then we got Miami, which should be a sprint race, so to follow after that. Yeah, it was good to get points on the board here in Australia, because the next 3 races are not good tracks for me, and actually like the next 4 races aren't the great tracks for me. Imola is a bit of a hit and miss. It's probably the best of those 3 tracks. So yes, it could be until Monaco until I score points again as well. But that is where I'm going to leave you today's video. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. See plenty more F125 driver career mode videos and other F125 gameplay videos as and when they come out. Next video is tomorrow, by the way, with equal cars in our first gaming experiment of F125. So yeah, until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.